Hey there everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ark Survival Ascended. As always, I'm Captain Beefy. This is the Game Vault. We're doing another creature spotlight today. This will be for another early game creature that is fairly easy to tame, although a little more complex than the Parasaur. That would be the Moschops. So let's cue up the music and we'll get right to it. Alright, so here we go. We've got a Moschops located. This is a passive tame. Unlike the Parasaur and most of the other animals in the game, this one does not require you to knock it out to make it happy and make it your own dino. What you're going to want to do is walk up to it and see what type of food it wants. And as you can see, it says, put Tinto Berry in last slot to feed. So we don't have any Tinto Berries on us. But that's a lucky one there because Tinto berries are very easy to find. Just go pick some bushes. Lo and behold, we got a Tinto berry. Drop it in our last slot. And where did you go? Here you went. Boom. And that tamed him 83.3%. Now again, we've got raised rates on this server for making videos and all that, but you're going to have to cycle through a few different feedings to get one of these guys tamed up. And a couple things that they like a lot are rare flowers and rare mushrooms. So do hold on to those when you come across them. And they're not that hard to find. Even early game, you can find them fairly easily. But until you do, you know, taming one of these guys, hopefully you get lucky and they want berries, major berries and all that. Now, if you're having real trouble with it, look for one with a baby. And then you can actually kill the mother and tame the baby. And that'll make things 100 times easier when it comes to getting one of these guys. So we're going to see what he wants next. And the second feeding will take a while. So you're just going to want to kind of keep an eye on him. Walk around. Don't let him get too far out of your sight. Don't engage him in battle at all. You know, try to protect him. If you got a team that can protect him, do that. But I don't, you know, give it a little bit of time, and then we'll check on him. We'll come back once he's ready for his next feeding. Alright, so we're back, and now it wants the rare mushrooms. So I'm glad I brought those along with me. We'll go ahead and switch out to Tinto berries for the mushrooms. Boom. We've got ourselves some Moschops. Now, what makes this guy so great? I mean, he's not much of a fighter, but he does pack a little bit of a punch. Let's look at his stats here, or her stats, I'm sorry. So this was a level 140 up to a level 209. 3,600 in health. 1,530 in stamina. The weight is 336 and the melee is 316. But look at this. You can ride it without a saddle right off the bat. So it won't cost you anything to get this thing going. Let me go ahead and make sure my... Here we go. Make sure my other guy's passive. And I'll show you what kind of damage he does. So right off the bat, 100 damage. Not horrible. And as you can see in combat, these guys, you know, the wild ones at least, aren't very aggressive. But they will fight back. These things are very, very useful for gathering. So we're going to take him in and hit up some bushes, some trees, stuff like that. These guys are a huge asset early game. Let's do a little bit more work here. Alright. Now, as you can see, we've gathered up a decent amount of berries. Quite a bit of thatch. A little bit of wood and a little bit of thatch. Fiber up here. A little bit of wood. Much more thatch. And, yeah, that's... a great variety of things to gather in early game. There's another 135 male. I should take him too, but we got plenty of these guys back home. So, and again, so good stuff here, man. Highly, highly, highly recommend the Moschops for you in game. Alright, so we're back at the base now. I see gameplay's on. Cool. I'll have to talk with him in a minute. So, what do I recommend leveling up on the Moschops? So, First and foremost, I would say add some weight to him. Get him up to whatever you're comfortable with. For creatures I use for gathering, I like to get them up to roughly 1,000 pounds. For this guy, that's a lot of berries. That's a lot of hide. Or not hide, but fiber, seeds and all that. He will hold on to tons of it at that weight. Afterward, I would say melee damage, because that's going to increase the yield he gets through things. Now, what's cool is this guy has another way to level. So if you hold down the triangle button on the PlayStation and you go to, where is it? Harvest settings? No. There we go. View harvest levels. You can actually, we don't have any because we haven't leveled him yet, you can actually raise the quantity of what he gathers when he gets gathering stuff. Rare flowers, rare mushrooms, leech blood, organic polymer, sap, raw prime meat, and raw prime fish meat. So if you really want to make these to be specific for a certain type of resource, and all of those are, not the easiest resources to get a hold of, these are rare resources, that's the way you go about doing it. So, yeah. Excellent early game tame. Fairly easy to acquire, like I said. If you can't find rare mushrooms or rare flowers in early game, find a Moschops with a baby and just take the baby. Starting off with a low level one is better than starting out with none at all. Anyway, that's going to do it. We're going to wrap up this video. As always, I'm Captain Beefy, and this is the Game Vault. If you found this entertaining or useful at all, please leave a like on the video. It's a huge help for me. Trying to get up to 1,500 subscribers by the end of the month, so subscribe would be awesome, if you follow. And don't forget to ring that bell for notifications. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, peace.